Welcome to another episode of Wednesday Toast, a podcast about comic book stuff where we talk about all kinds of comic book related stuff. My name is Lex, and I'm here with my co-host, as usual, Simon. What's up, my friend?
Hey, I'm here. That's what I'm here for. Just being here.
Just being here.
Just being here. I'm just here. How are you?
Sometimes I think you're a figment of my imagination, man, so I'm glad you're always here.
Yeah, I think I am probably a figment of your imagination, but I also think the same thing. So we're on equal footing.
Yeah. Like if someone came in here right now, I would just be talking. It would just be me talking to myself.
Yeah, probably.
That'd be funny.
That'd be
great.
That's like a twist in a movie for sure. It's one of them Shyamalan twists.
Like a really boring movie, and at the end of it, it's just a guy having a podcast with himself.
Like, oof. All right.
Oh my gosh. On this week's episode, it is, well, I guess I didn't think this through, but it's Mother's Day, and so this is a Mother's Day special, but when you're listening to this, it will be after Mother's Day. So happy belated Mother's Day to all the nerdy moms that listen to this podcast. Probably not many, but if you're out there, we appreciate you, and happy late Mother's Day.
Yeah. Moms. Yeah, Mom.
Yeah.
Your mom.
It's going to be a short one this week because, as I mentioned, it is Mother's Day, and the mother of my children probably isn't thrilled about me sneaking away to record a podcast in the middle of Sunday. So,
or maybe she's enjoying the rest. No comic talk for the next.
Yeah. Yeah, she's actually probably enjoying her day even more now that I'm out of the room. On this week's episode, we're going to talk about the best comic book moms and the worst comic book moms. One choice each from your two hosts, and I'm going to start things off. Is that okay with you, Sam?
I guess. I mean, you got your wife's a mom. You got a mom. More moms in your family than me, I think.
Oh my gosh, that's a good way to determine it. I win the mom battle. Yeah, let's do this. I was going to spiral into like a whole thing, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to start off with my choice on best comic book mom. And I don't know, we didn't set any guidelines for why or what. We just kind of said, this is what we're doing because
that's what we're here to discuss.
Our original plans for this afternoon were postponed. So we just threw this together at the last minute, and here we go. This is the best kind of episode, aka all of our episodes.
Just on the fly. The way we like it.
So since we don't have any guidelines or any rules to this, my choice for best comic book mom is Rio Morales from Miles Morales' life.
Yeah, that's a good choice. That's a really good choice. Mainly
because she is a cartoon character and a comic book character and a video game character that makes me feel things. She's my type of lady.
She makes my pants tighter.
Yeah. She's also, I don't know, maybe I can be kind of sweet with it. My wife is of Spanish descent. My wife's a nurse. My wife's a good mom. And so...
Spanish descent?
Yeah. You seen her mother?
Well, when you say Spanish, what do you mean? Like from Spain?
No. Her mother is Puerto Rican.
There you go.
So I would say that's maybe a big chunk of the reason that I like that character. But it's just, I think, reassuring in a genre where superheroes' parents get murdered or die or evil. It's reassuring to have a good mom and dad like support system for a character, and that's another one of the reasons why I like Miles Morales so much. It's kind of unconventional in that aspect. But yeah, that's my pick. Rio Morales. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I kind of agree. I mean, as far as that choice, just to discuss it a little bit, I think that's a really great choice because she always seems to be that, I don't know, her presence, especially in the video game that I've seen the most, and in the movies, and in these, is really great. She's really inspiring and like really pushes Miles Morales to be a better person, rather than it being like a posthumous motivation like Uncle Ben or, anybody like that you normally see with Spider-Man. It's kind of nice that she can actively be a part of his life while he's going through the journey. So, yeah, that's a great choice.
Yeah. And also because she's great.
Yeah.
I was going to say she's hot, but that's like weird. I always think it's weird to say that like cartoon characters.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Use the voice actor or whatever. Who was it? Or maybe her likeness, whoever that was, reposted like some fan image of herself.
Yeah, some fan made some very risque AI art, like Merry Christmas card or something like that, with her in lingerie. And everyone was like, oh, how dare you do that? And she was like, nah, I kind of dig it.
Yeah, I'm into it. So, good for you.
That's freaking great. Yeah, good for you. And yeah, moving along, Simon, what's your choice? Best mom.
Well, along those same lines, I was really trying to think of something, and I told you beforehand, I was trying to think of, how I like to go off the cuff and be ridiculous, but really, my mind kept going back to Martha Kent. I think that, well, the Kents in general are just like down home, probably racist. I don't know. They could be farming people.
I always
from
thought
Kansas.
they'd be the cool ones.
Yeah, maybe.
I always thought they'd be the cool ones.
I would hope so. I just thinking about the area. Maybe not. Anyway, but they raised this white alien to, be a really good dude and to take care of the earth. So as if it's his own home. So, I mean, generally they seem like good people, and she especially seems like a good person. And so, especially in the movies, she always seems to have a good presence with Superman. So that would be my choice.
Everybody knows somebody with like old ass parents, right? And Superman has like old ass parents. You think about when they found him, they were already pretty old.
Yeah.
Most cases, they were pretty old. They were like an elderly looking couple, and they found this super baby. And then they raised him. So he was in like Smallville era, the show, and they were like 70 years old. I actually don't know how old they are.
Well, no, yeah, I think you're right. I think they've always been portrayed as older. I think the only version that they haven't seemed that old is probably the Batman vs Superman movies. Like they're younger there.
Yeah, Kevin Costner, where he sacrificed himself.
Yeah.
That was so stupid.
He can move Clark Kent can move so fast. He could have saved him and like at least pushed him out of the way, or like just done something,
or used his super breath to blow away that tornado.
Yeah, could have done anything.
The thing, it was a tornado, right? I vaguely remember the movie. There's so much commotion in the middle of a tornado. Someone's not going to be like, hey, I think I just saw Clark Kent fly over, save his dad, and go back to the truck. No one is going to say that.
Yeah, I mean, hell,
they're going to say, holy hell, Beth!
He could have like pinned him down to the ground, just so he didn't get swept up. It could have been anything. Silly.
Moral of the story, Superman is stupid.
Yeah.
He's from Kansas. I'm just kidding. If you're from Kansas.
Well, really, I would say that Pa Kent is probably pretty stupid. It was overly old school values. But who's the mom? I can't remember. What's funny to me is how that's crazy about Hollywood. Sorry to go on a rant here and a tangent, but I think it's crazy in Hollywood that his mom, who played Ma Kent, is probably only 10 years older than, can't remember the actor.
Henry Cavill.
Yeah, Henry Cavill. Maybe 15. Like, she looks pretty good.
Diane Lane?
That sounds right.
Is that who it was?
That sounds right.
She's hot.
Yeah, she looks good. And it's like, how are you going to make her like this elderly, like, and she's probably 20 years younger than Kevin Costner, I don't know. I have no idea how old she is. That's all a theory, but.
Happy Mother's Day. We're going to pick our top hot moms. Every choice, I'm like, yeah, she's hot.
Yeah, she is 59 years old.
Damn. I thought she was older than that. Good for her. She looks good.
Let's see how old Henry Cavill is. He's 41.
67.
Yeah, so I guess technically, that could be his mom, but yeah, I don't know. That's my...
Plus, he's an alien, so...
That is true. I mean, yes. And Kevin Costner is almost 70.
Costner is old. Old.
Yeah, but I guess that's
Good for him. He still looks good, though.
Yeah,
Like an old man.
They all look good. They're all good. Good for them.
They got that Hollywood money, that's why.
Yeah, that is it.
You look good, but it brings out the worst of you, man.
Oh shit! But anyway, that's that
was gonna be my segue into worst. It didn't work out though.
No, well, you're the worst.
That's a good pick though. I like Ma Kent. She's, I don't know. People forget about her because I think once Clark Kent becomes Superman, he kind of like leaves that life behind. I know he goes and checks on his parents and stuff, but he kind of outgrows Smallville and Kansas, and they just kind of become foreground characters. He encapsulates all of the morals and values that he learned from them, but
yeah,
they're no longer like main characters.
Yeah, see ya.
It's like, all right, thanks for all the gallons of milk that you fed.
Yeah, right.
For the past 18 years.
That's all. Yeah, they just have a bunch of cows.
Just get those big old whatever those tanks of milk are.
I imagine that the cows are lowered like they are in Jurassic Park, just so he can.
And then he just devours them.
Yeah, just suck on the teats.
Oh my god, that's gross. Speaking of gross, I'm gonna segue into my pick for worst mom in comics. This was I don't know, I had to think about this one because I don't know. I feel like there's probably so many, and there's some outliers, but I wanted to go with a deep cut, and so I'm gonna go with Gwen Stacy. If you don't know, there's this storyline in the 2000s called Sins Past, I think. And let me know if I am botching this. So send me an angry message if I'm getting this wrong in any way. I know it's been retconned since then, but it's such a bizarre story in the history of Spider-Man. Gwen Stacy has twins with Norman Osborn. Like, they sneak off to Paris together. They were in love or something weird. Norman Osborn's like an old-ass man when these kids are in high school. So it's just all the way bizarre. And Norman Osborn's just using this as sort of like a gotcha moment for Spider-Man or something. It's so weird. And we get this revelation because this chick pops up in Spider-Man's life that looks exactly like Gwen Stacy. And obviously that sends him into a manic phase anytime someone brings up her name.
Yeah. Oh, God, Gwen.
And then you find out that the twins had accelerated aging because of the Oz formula or whatever it's called. And they just happen to not look anything like Norman Osborn, who in this story looks like Tommy Lee Jones for some reason.
Does he still have the waves?
He still has a wave. Have you ever seen this picture of him?
I'll look it up.
I'll have to show you. He has like Tommy Lee Jones' face. Old man Tommy Lee Jones. And then the finger wave.
Just slowly melting.
So it's just a weird story. I can't tell you who wrote it, but I read stories like this and I can't imagine them going to the editor and being like, all right, this is my pitch for Spider-Man. We're going to have this 60-year-old man hook up with this fresh high school graduate.
And pretend she's dead.
Yeah. Pretend she's dead, move her to Paris, all to like make Spider-Man cry. It's like that's the whole plan. Because it's like, what else? What is that gonna do? Because if Spider-Man didn't care, he would be like, "Oh, that's fucking weird. Cool, I guess. Have fun living your life or whatever." But he knows that he cares, so he's just gonna he wants to just make Spider-Man cry.
Yeah,
that's it.
Got him.
Norman, you're evil, man. Norman is an evil dude. He's willing to bend his moral compass very, very as far as you can bend it.
Yeah.
Just to make Spider-Man sad.
I guess that's one of those things that he probably doesn't have much of one for sure.
Yeah.
That is such a...
Yeah, because he like kidnapped Spider-Man's baby. He might be a supervillain. I don't know.
Maybe it's like the Joker Batman thing that he just really wants to have sex with Peter Parker. And,
yeah.
Well,
or he wants him to be his son because his son Harry sucks.
Yeah. Harry sucks.
He's like a frail, wimpy version of him. Of Norman Osborn.
Just an addict. Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Poor guy. Never stood a chance. His dad sucks. His dad wanted someone else to be his son. They need to do that. Green Goblin life story. Make that life story where it's just like the sad life of Harry Osborn. His dad doesn't pay him any attention.
Yeah, at all.
He pays more attention to his best friend, Peter Parker, than he does him.
That is such a weird, I love it. We talk death with him on Mother's Day, the Mother's Day episode, but.
Well, maybe that's Harry's fault. Where is his mom? Who's Harry's mom?
Yeah, I don't know. She must be Harry.
Killed, man.
I guess so. Maybe Harry's just a clone, like a failed clone.
I can see that. He just looks like a frail, wimpy version of Norman. Maybe that's his problem. He doesn't have a mom in his life.
That's it.
We're bringing it back.
Yeah.
We're bringing it back to Mother's Day.
That's definitely it. I saw this meme and it's this dude that's like, when men are raised by their dads, and he's like, tough or whatever, and it's like, switches to like, when men are raised by their moms, and he's like, I don't know, to me, he looks no different. It's like, I guess he's supposed to like subservient or something. I'm like, dude, whatever, man. Yeah. I can guarantee you that anyone raised by their mom is usually tougher because their dads ignore the fuck out of them. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. And probably a little bit more emotionally balanced. I don't know. Maybe they have father issues.
Probably. I feel like most issues stem from fathers. I will say. I will say. Who knows?
My kids don't stand a chance.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Their dad just wants to talk about comic books all the time.
Yeah, they're like,
pay attention to me.
Can you help me with my math homework? Well, I know who can.
I am Norman Osborn.
Yeah.
I am Norman Osborn.
Oh, my God.
Oh, gosh. That's my pick for worst mom. And it's not necessarily her fault. Maybe she was groomed by this creepy Tommy Lee Jones, Harry Osborn. But
Norman? Yeah,
it's
certainly sounds like.
Yeah, Norman Osborn.
Certainly sounds like it was.
Just a weird story.
Yeah.
Sorry. And then your kids grew up to be bad guys. So I don't know if she died, if it ended up dying. I would imagine she ended up dying, giving birth to these two goblin babies. Maybe that's what happened.
The accelerated aging thing is weird to me in that story. Because I'm like, okay, do they just get really old fast too? Do they level off like Boba Fett?
Mm-hmm. So the thing that's weird to me is like, is age just like the development of your body? Or is it also the years of your life? You know what I mean? So like, yes, they have the body of an 18-year-old, 20-year-old, but they've only been alive for 3 years. They have the mind of a 3-year-old. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's true. Maybe it's like the Venture Bros and they have like pods or something that they sit in. They teach them stuff.
I want to rewatch that. I just saw a picture of Venture Bros the other day and made me want to rewatch it.
I've been watching it. It's pretty good. Still.
I love it.
Holds up.
It was one of my favorite shows when it was coming out.
Yeah.
And Mother's Day, they don't have a mother.
Yeah, right. That's all I was thinking. Bad moms.
All right, Tom, who's your pick for worst mom in comics?
So it's kind of a toss-up because I was thinking, I thought of a couple. I thought of Mystique, notoriously bad mom, kind of. But I feel like
she sucks, man.
It's like weird. She comes back and then she's like cool and then she's not cool, depending on the property and the comic and whatever.
Yeah, the era of X-Men.
Yeah. So that was kind of the one. But the one that I think that I'll pick for the worst, which I feel like is just, and it's not necessarily her fault, kind of like Gwen Stacy, is probably Aunt May. And a lot of people are like, what? Aunt May is so good. Whatever. I feel...
Yeah, that was going to be one of my picks for best mom.
Well, she didn't have any children, so she's not even a mom. Anyway.
She's such a bad mom that she couldn't even have kids. That's mean.
That's mean. No, the reason I pick Aunt May is really her influence on Peter Parker in the negative. So if you think about, was it One More Day or whatever, that storyline and others where, she's either something happens to her, and Peter will do anything to keep this old ass woman alive. He just will not let her die. And
yeah, that was such a bizarre. Even when I read it the first, like when it was coming out, I was like, this is such a bizarre.
It's
storyline.
It's weird. Like, I feel like he is a stronger character if he lets her live the course of her life. I don't know. But anyway, so that's my pick is Aunt May, mainly because of, like, I feel like these negative influences over Peter Parker, not necessarily her fault, but I feel like she could have raised him to be more independent, maybe. So
yeah, it's like, I mean, again, it's not her fault. She kind of got thrown in her lap. Yeah, especially that story, because he's willing to sacrifice his marriage to save this lady that's probably going to be alive for 3 more years if we were not talking about comic book timeline.
Right, yeah, that's always been my thought. I'm like, damn, dude, she's old. She's already old. Like, what are you doing here? She got
shot in the stomach. If she was in her 30s, she probably could have survived that, but she died mainly because she was 100 years old. not because she got shot in the stomach. Not like she got shot straight in the head. She could have lived.
Yeah. Well,
they bring her to the emergency room. They're like, "Are we gonna try to save this lady? She's 99."
Yeah, they're like, I don't know. Well, even you think of like Spider-Man No Way Home. Is that right?
Yeah, with the hot Aunt May.
Yeah, hot Aunt May. Even like she's fine, and then she's like bleeding from her back or something, and that kills her. I don't know what happened there. So
yeah. They made it seem. I thought it was gonna be the Aunt May has to die, right? And they didn't do it. And I was like, oh, cool. She just lives. Maybe in this universe, she's going to live and it's going to be fine. But then, oh, nope, she actually is going to die.
Yeah, like she's walking and you don't see the wound, but all of a sudden she's got this, I don't know. That drives me crazy. If something else happened, I don't know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that was just like a ridiculous, like, oh, never mind. Whoops. She's just too frail, I guess.
Yeah, because even though she's hot, she's still 99 years old.
Yeah, man. Oh, well. There are worse ways that interaction could have gone with Willem Dafoe. So,
yeah,
maybe she was just...
He should have moved her to Paris and had twins.
Yeah.
And then they would have been Spider-Man's brother and sister.
Well, kind of.
Cousins.
Yeah.
Spider-Man's cousins. Hey Peter, we're here to beat you up. I don't know why they'd be country.
They're kissing cousins. I think we were all thinking the same thing. You just didn't say it, and they were country in your mind. They're kissing cousins.
Oh my god! I got a secret to tell you, Peter. I'm your cousin.
It's like Joe Dirt. I'm your sister. It's terrible.
Oh my gosh.
So.
All right, those are our picks. We're going to go over some, as usual, we took it to the net and asked some of our listeners what they thought. I thought it was interesting because Martha Kent landed on the worst list and the best list for listeners. So that was interesting. We got Lois Lane. She's a good mom with John Kent now.
Yeah, they're very open.
More modern.
They're very open with John, so good for them.
One of the more modern moms. Someone put Jean Grey. That's debatable.
Yeah.
As a good mom, that was on the good mom list. Susan Storm. I didn't think about that. She's been a pretty successful mom when she's not invisible.
Yeah. She went out to get a pack of cigarettes and never came home. She's actually there the whole time.
What are you talking about? I've been here the whole time. I've just been invisible.
That's great. Yeah.
Worst comic book moms. Like I said, we got Martha. We got Mystique, Talia al Ghul. She sucks.
Yeah.
She pretty much sacrifices her son whenever she feels like it. Warsatch's mom, who was like
Warsatch
banging that dude and then
Rorschach
and then smacked him in the face.
Yeah.
That was pretty sad. Yeah, that's pretty much all of them. No, besides the ones we've talked about.
Yeah, I was
Madeline Pryor.
As good or bad? Bad.
That's bad. She tries to sacrifice her kid to open up limbo in the comic books. So sorry, Cable.
I planned to joke about Martha Wayne being a bad mom because she's so frail as well. She's bulletproof.
Yeah.
Or maybe
she can't handle those bullets.
Maybe she's a good mom because she created Batman. But Batman's kind of a crazy person. I love every
That's true.
tangent, but I love every story where they make Batman seem like really insane because he is. Like if you saw some,
he is.
If you saw some running around in a Batman or a Bat costume, like
that's why I like that Zen Ra Batman so much.
Yeah, the ridiculous one.
Because he's perfect. That's what I think about Batman always.
Yeah.
He has his color scheme is ridiculous, and it should be because he's an insane person.
Mm-hmm.
Who never went to therapy with all those gazillions of dollars that he had. No one thought to like, hey, let's put this kid in some therapy very early on.
Yeah, maybe that would be a good idea. And I think what's funny is I don't know anything about that character other than what he looks like, so I just imagine that Batman's like, I think I'm going to be crazy today, and he like puts on that costume. And he's just like messing up people's hair, like whoop, 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 and then runs away.
But no, he's like the more aggressive Batman, which I don't know how you become more aggressive and still don't kill people.
Yeah, he just makes people not walk anymore. No more walking for you.
But think about Batman and like, if he would have went to therapy as a kid, what would have happened? But what happened is Alfred just took him from the police station, took him back to their 100-bedroom mansion that's always dark and dusty, and was like, all right, you're good, right? I gotta go clean.
Yeah. You okay?
Like I still get paid with or without your parents, so I have to go clean the rest of this mansion. It's hard to do.
They kind of portray it like he doesn't get paid. Like he's just a slave.
Yeah, yeah.
But I imagine that he's like any British person and just ignores that it happened. Like pretends like the parents are just on a long trip or something like that.
Yeah. It's not polite to talk about stuff like that. Just talk about stuff like that.
Not today.
He does get paid, though. He actually has more money than Bruce Wayne. And when he dies in the comic books, he leaves it all to Dick Grayson.
Nice. Well,
Dick Grayson is paid.
I also was going to say that Alfred Pennyworth was probably the best, like a good comic book mom. But that, like I said at the beginning, I didn't want to offend anybody. Not that I really care that much.
The best comic book mom is a dude.
Yeah, not that I care that much, but I also don't want to, take anything away from the mimes.
Oh, gosh. Well, it's technically not Mother's Day when they listen to this.
Yeah, get over it then. Switching my answers.
That's all we got. Like I said, it's going to be a quick one, guys. Happy Mother's Day to everyone out there. If you're an English butler taking care of an insane 8-year-old kid that just got his parents murdered, or if you're an elderly woman that just found an alien baby in the middle of Kansas, happy Mother's Day to you.
Yeah.
From us.
I hope it was a good one. I hope your children didn't disappoint you on the day or ever. I'm sure they do, but hopefully.
Yeah, they definitely do.
I mean, we all do, I think, but hopefully it was a good one.
That's life, man. That's life. Simon, where can the people find you?
Well, as always, you can find me at Sim_on_toast on Instagram. That's usually the best place. That's about it.
Do it. Go follow them. Hit them up. And I'm Wednesday Pool everywhere else. So, yeah, go do that. Let's talk about some comic book stuff. We will see you guys very soon with a new episode. I'm sure we'll think of it last minute, and it will be fun and funny and be full of sidebars and tangents, just like this explanation of our show that you have been listening to.
We'll see you real soon. Like if you're in your car right now, we're in the back.
Yeah.
We're in the back seat.
I'm under your seat. I'm a very small person. Support the show any way you can, but if you want to, we have a Patreon where we have live episodes of every recording except for this one, but live uncut episodes of every recording. So do that if you want, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.